Okay, I'm back again. One last video before I call it a day. One of the things that's always intrigued me with laser engraving cutting is creating a box that has tabs and slots. Now, I've tried to do this on my own with no success. I know some of you are probably really good at it or would like to be really good at it, or if you're like me, you want to find an easier way. Well, I did find an easier way. And what I found, it's kind of like when I created my jigsaw puzzle, I used a tool to generate my SVG. Same with any kind of tab boxes. So what I go to is this Boxes.py, and once again, there's the URL. If you want, you can pause the video and copy down the URL. Because that's one that I use almost exclusively creating boxes. Now, pause and copy down the link. Okay, so all kinds of boxes, flex boxes, trays, inserts, shelving display units, wall-mounted boxes, parts and samples, miscellaneous. I haven't tried any of the unstable ones, but let me show you some of the ones that I have done. So I haven't done a card box. I've used a closed box. I actually created a closed box that was a closed square, made a cube, and then outside the cube, or before I put it all together, I engraved the dots for a 6-sided die. So that was kind of cool. Open box I haven't done. Regular box is what I'm going to be doing, showing you in my video today. And two-piece box, I create a lot of these. These are really cool because you can, if you create a game or a puzzle and you want to store it all in one place, then you can use that. And one of the samples that I have using that, just pause for a second, I'm going to show you my sample. I know it's here somewhere. I was just looking at it not too long ago. Come on, where are you? There it is. So I created this game called Knotted. I got the pattern off another website. And you can see all the pieces are inside this box. So this is the bottom piece, and then the top slides over top. So created that. I've also used there's a really small box that has oh, there it is, sliding box. There it is, sliding drawer. So when you create this one, you have a drawer that slides in and out, and you can use it to hold small things, whatever you want to use. Some dice, as opposed to the two-piece box. You can use this for your dice or your puzzle pieces. It's up to you. It's got a nice little, let's go to this, let's go here. It's got a nice little spot where you can put your finger in and pull out the box. Okay, so that's not what I'm going to show you today. I'm going to go with this regular box. Create a regular box. Now, by default, when I go to the picture, this is a regular box. Now, what I want is I want to create a lampshade from this box. Now, it's pretty easy to do. I just don't need the bottom part, or I could put the bottom part in. It's up to you. Obviously, this piece, the cutout is from the bottom, but if I want to make an open lampshade box, I'm going to go up here, and I'm going to make this the radius of the bottom. So I'm going to make that 150, and the top make it 50, and I want to create hexagonal box, top none. So you can select your top hole, angled lid, closed. I'm going to leave it at none, and when I generate this, I get my pieces for my lampshade. So that's kind of cool. So I kind of like that. So I'm just going to download this, and I'm going to call it lampshade. Okay. So once I create my SVG, I'm going to come in here to Lightburn. I'm going to import my lampshade, and it's pretty big. Right? Maybe I should have made it a little bit smaller. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to ungroup everything. Oops, these are all ungroup. Once again, I can get rid of my dimensions here. Don't need that. And to make this really simple, just move this off to the side, move this off to the side, and I'm going to delete all these. So I still want this. Okay, so that would be done on one piece. So move it aside here. Now what I want to do on here, I bring this in and change that to my layout that I want to use. And what I want to do is, since it's a hex shape, I'm going to create some holes in my lampshade. And I'm going to put it up my polygon, hex-sided shape. Go into the properties. Sure, 25 by 25. Okay, and go back here. And I'm going to place it somewhere in here. Now I'm going to use a technique from my grid. So I'll click on this. I want to create a grid. Move this aside. I want to shift up by half, and maybe shrink this down a little. If we get one more in there. Okay, maybe I'll make that a little too big here, like that. 20. I can move it over a little bit. And use my rectangular grid again. Shift up by half. And sizing down. Now, when I go up, I keep the same spacing. Okay, now what I need to do here is I want to make sure those are not grouped together, and I'm going to go and delete a bunch of these, just making sure I delete the ones that are on the edge. Don't want them to overlap my tab borders. you can delete as many of these as you want. That's totally up to you. I'm going to leave it like that. Now, I'm going to group all that together. And what I need to do is I need to create 6 of these. Now I could have, and you might want to, depending on your style, do this for each of the 6 identical sides of your lampshade. Then you could actually do that. Now, one thing that I just noticed on here is that I should have made the top smaller and the bottom larger, but that's okay for now. Just showing you what I've done here. And I want to take this, I want to create actually I don't want to do it this way. I want to take this, I want to duplicate it, and I want to flip it vertically and duplicate it again and flip that vertically again. I can fit on my screen. And if I want to really get fancy, I can do horizontal space so they're all even. I take this, duplicate it again. And there are the 6 sides of my lampshade. Now there's going to be a focus lampshade, that's because what I did this. Let's go. This is the place where I want the light bulb to go through, and all I do for that, if I just once again take this, put it on my other layer, do a circle. That's probably too big. Let's make it. And center it on here. Oops. I always do that. This one. Now your center part's going to have to group that. Now obviously my laser doesn't have a large cutting area, so what I would typically do here is change all that to a different layer. Make sure it's on line mode. And I would just place it on here. And this would take two pieces of 6mm or 3mm wood, depending on what you want to use. So because I did this upside down here, let's go see if I can fix this. So I made the bottom 150 and the top 50. If I did this the other way around, 50 and 150, and generated it, there's the top, which is actually the bottom, right? If you want, you can even create planters this way as well. I chose to do a lampshade, but if you want to do this as a planter, that would work as well. So that's basically how you can use the site. I'm going to bring that site up again, or Boxes.py. Boxes.hackerspace-bamberg.de/index.html. And there's all kinds of cool things. One last thing I want to show in here is parts and samples and gears. You want to create a set of gears? There you go. So you want to generate a set of gears, and it tells you all the little bits and pieces that you want. The other thing that I found was really cool, and I haven't really done this. Planetary gear set. Once again, I'll generate this. You can see all the different gears, all the intermesh. One thing you could probably do with the gears or this planetary gear is create a gear-shaped clock. You may have to do some adjustments on it, but then again, the design is up to you. These are just starting points. So before I go today, I just want to remind you that if you have any questions or comments on these videos or something you want to see done, please just let me know, and I will do my best to get a video out on that specific topic. So, take care everyone. See you soon.